lights, cameras, action. Now let's engage in the dialogue. Let me browse through your mind like a catalog. Conscious metaphysics, allow me to break down the specifics. Educate, motivate. If you don't feel free, you can liberate. An LLC is what I'm building, the #1 podcast in the building. So let me slide on up in the Bentley truck in my Versace shirts. They can't get enough of this deep conversation, expansion, elevation. I'll send you a link you can tap in. It ain't quite what I used to do back then. Now I get it on the front and the back end. Multiple money streams keep coming in. Enlighten, empower, evolve. Enlighten, empower, evolve. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. I believe everyone's doing well and everything is unfolding perfectly. I'm excited yet again, and you know why. Because I love engaging in positive, high vibrational, expanding dialogues with extraordinary people that the universe has connected me with from around the world, and today is no exception. I have Diana, Cristy, and we're gonna mix it up. This is a remix, and we're gonna do it a little bit different today. Instead of me reading from the amazing information and bio that she sent me, I'm gonna allow her a request that she introduces herself and who she is and her mission and everything. How are you doing today, Diana Cristy?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous, and I'm so excited to have you here. I want to extend again, just like I told you prior to this segment before we came on, that I want to extend gratitude to you off of camera and right here, because I think it's so very important to thank each other and to also focus on what we're thankful for. And right now, at this very present moment, I'm thankful for you being here, engaging in a conversation with me, and I know already that it's already amazing. And I just want to extend my sincerest gratitude, because I also am a firm believer that time is one of our greatest assets, and for you to choose to spend just a segment of your time here, I appreciate that very much.
Thank you so much. It is an honor to receive your gratitude. And I also extend gratitude for not only your time, your energy, but also for what you contribute to the world.
Thank you. Thank you. Well received. I received that. So tell us who you are. Now, right now, just right off the bat, I know that you're a woman, beautiful woman. I know that you radiate positive energy. I know that you're a spiritual being, but let us know a little bit more about who you are and what your intentions and your mission is.
Well, for all the sweet, beautiful, magical souls out there, my name is Diana Cristy with My Spiritual Rebirth, where our motto is what you seek is found within. And our mission is to remind you that we're souls and to ensure that you are inspired, which means to be in spirit, to achieve your soul purpose or mission. And we complete our mission by offering the following product, which is the book, A Guide to the Gift Within. Let me see if I can get that close to it. I don't know if you can. There you go.
I think it's making it disappear.
Let me take the screen.
I think if you just hold it maybe against yourself, maybe.
Oh, okay.
There it is. There it is. There you go. A Guide to the Gift Within. Okay, go ahead, Diana.
So what the book is about is it goes through various spiritual gifts. One of them is empathy. Did you know that there's 6 different types of empaths? And so within this book, it goes through and explains the 6 different types. You can be one, or you can be all 6. And then it transfers into the different gifts and how they lead to your soul purpose. And then our services, we have many, many services, and it extends to past life, soul purpose. I also train people who have spiritual gifts who don't know what to do with them, because a lot of times we feel overwhelmed. We don't know what to do with our spiritual gifts. Sometimes they're on all the time with spirit. We're pretty much butt dialing the spirit world on conference code, and we don't know how to shut it off. So I train my clients on how to turn it on, turn it off, how to control it, how to strengthen it, and how to also manifest. Because a lot of times, if you're an empath and you're feeling somebody else's lack of abundance and you're trying to put that abundance energy out into the quantum field, but you're feeling someone else's, what happens? Now you're putting two different energies. So I help empaths really understand how to know and discern when it's their energy versus someone else's, and so that they can really manifest appropriately. I also have a course on healing through meditation, as well as my divine guidance program, because when you look at the universal laws, I'm sure you've heard the law of correspondence, as above, so below, or so within, so without, polarity. One of the important ones is gender. And so we have sometimes a disconnect between the masculine energy and the feminine energy. And so once you understand the strength and the beauty of both, I help my clients move past that pain, so that not only can they see the divinity in themselves, but then they can see it in others. So then that way, when they come in union, you've got this beautiful love that is uplifting. And when they come together, they're helping each other maintain that connection to source. And you know what happens then? They become a power couple, because they start at one level, but they slowly rise, and
Wow.
they connect and increase that vibration together.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I don't know where to begin. Yes, I've always been intrigued to learn a little bit more about the feminine energy and masculine energy, and how people work with that have really studied and learned about how to cultivate whatever there is to bring out the best you know in someone. And that's amazing that you are doing that, and that's um one of your missions. So is uh this program or this business, you founded this yourself?
I did. I did. It was one of these things where I wasn't trying to do it. It was kind of pushed onto me. And I was with a friend, and actually my mother, and they kept telling me, "Oh, you have to start doing this as a business. You can help so many people." And the friend that was with me took me to, I don't, for anybody that's in the South Florida area, Tree of Life in College Square. She pretty much walked in, told the owner she needed to hire me, and the owner was kind of taken aback. Well, what do you do? I don't know how to explain it. I can show you. So then I did a healing session on her, do energetic healing as well. And from that day, she said, "Oh, can you be here Saturday at 11?" Sure. So it was one of these accidental things where this friend came into my life and pushed me to make sure that this was going to happen. And then from there, it just continued to grow. Then I wrote the book. I started more programs. So it's just been one of those things where the universe just kind of pushed and guided me, even when sometimes when you think you're not ready, the universe is pretty much puts you in the position to show you may not feel ready, but we know you're ready. So we're going to prove to you that you're ready.
That's amazing, and I totally resonate with what you just said, because you think you're not ready, but then the universe presents these shines this light and presents these lights up. I would like to compare it to like a section of the sidewalk lighting up, showing you which next step to take. You don't have to know. A lot of people think that they have to know every step to take before they start something, and I think when the universe guides you and it speaks to your intuition, just follow it. You don't have to know all the steps. You don't even have to know 2 or 3 steps ahead. I think you just step out there. And obviously there's something, I don't want to say something, but the universe connected with you and just led you to do all these fabulous, these amazing things in regards to spiritual growth and personal development. It's just amazing. I love speaking with people that that their intentions and purpose is to elevate people in any way, whether it's mental, spiritual, physical, whatever way, but just adding solutions to whatever might trouble someone, or someone doesn't know, something in regards to spiritual things, or, mental or energy or all that. And that's amazing that you're you have something for, it seems like, for everyone. Now, I know you spoke a little bit about how the universe, of course, guided you, but was there a pivotal moment in your life when you started to do these amazing things, like, work in spirit? I mean, it's just amazing how like your business, for instance, the spiritual rebirth. Was there a pivotal moment that caused you to say, hey, I'm going to create this, and I'm going to start working with people, and I'm going to start working with masculine and feminine energy? Or did it just gradually happen?
It was a zigzag journey, because the way the soul works is we're not always going to go from A to Z. And the reason why is we have to go to B to meet this person to gain this knowledge. Then we have to go to C to meet this person because they've got a contact that we need. And so it's been a very zigzag path for me. So every single step I gained, but there was also a contribution to it, because you do have that energy exchange along
Right.
the way. So it's been almost like a zigzag snake kind of energy as far as going from one point to where I am now.
Did you know at the time, as you were, and I'm certain, because if I am anything like you in that regards, we're still going through that zigzagging and collecting information and evolving and expanding. But as you were going through these various things, did you know that you were on a journey, that you were just on this journey and just gaining everything that you needed for your purpose? Did you know that at the time, or you were just living life?
Yes and no, because my gifts started coming in when I was around 4 years old. So having being 4 years old and not understanding, I had some understanding, but not a lot of understanding. I had some guidance from my mother. She has gifts as well, but she was only able to give me limited guidance. And then
Right.
around 23, I was clinically dead for about 80 seconds. And then when I moved down to Florida, that's when the doors opened, and then I was able to remember 17 of my past lives. And so going through that and then meeting people, seeing the energy and feeling the essence of your soul family is really what has that connection and that growth and the power, because that's when everything just accelerated for me.
Wow.
It was a multiple thing, and then wanting to help people because I struggled as an empath and not thinking there's something wrong with me, feeling like I didn't belong or fit
Right.
in, feeling
Right.
like I was misunderstood, only to find out that I was feeling other people's emotions, and then you connect the emotions with the past event because we're taught to be logical. So then, if you understand, so for instance, if you're an empath, every time you have an emotion, ask yourself, what has happened within the last 5 minutes? If nothing has happened, someone else's emotions. And then I've developed techniques on how to clear that, how to discern very quickly. But for me, it's been multiple things that has happened in order for me to have different tools to kind of put them into not only one toolbox, but I've got a toolbox for this group, a toolbox for this group, and a toolbox for another group.
That's Wow, that's amazing that you that you are able to organize all these toolboxes. But I never get weary of and being fascinated with how people are born with these gifts, and even though they aren't able to identify them at first, but just like you feeling, other people's energies and things like that. I mean, that has to be pretty scary, and pretty confusing when you first get those, especially, at 4 years old. You don't know what's going on and what's happening, but yet this is who you are, and you don't know until later on, this is why, I went through that at that age. So that's amazing that you have um, this amazing gift, and you have cultivated it and nurtured it into who you are today, and into um, using your gifts and your experiences and your expertise to um, extend help and assistance to other people who may be, like you said, I like what you said, have gifts as well, but just are confused by these gifts and don't have any direction. And I think that's very important, because I haven't heard very many people address that.
And that's part of
Usually,
yeah, and that's
go
part of the with my book was to give people a guide because
right,
everything speaking, if you look at my motto, what you seek is found within. Everything is within us. It's not
right.
external to it. But if you go within, and my book will break down and explain the gifts, how to use them, what they're there for, so that you do have that. Once you understand and have that clarity, then you have the most important: relax and allow.
Wow, that's amazing that you um, that you were led to address that, because from what I've heard, and I can only give you my perspectives. Usually people have these gifts and they just sort of work through it until they just accidentally or whatever find out what's going on, or some or like you said, are still struggling, like, okay, I can, this happens to me, but I don't know what to do. So that's amazing that you saw that void and you said, wait a minute, you know I can help someone find clarity, uh maybe sooner than I did, by addressing that. So that's amazing. And when did you write that book?
I wrote it in, I want to say 2020.
Oh, 2020. And where can you find that?
It's on Amazon
Oh, okay, so you can find it on Amazon. So everyone that's
and on my
here,
website as well. Yeah.
that watches and lists, that's watching this and or listening, um, get her book, Diana Christie's book, and it's entitled what again?
A Guide to the Gift Within.
A Guide to the Gift Within by Diana Christie. Get it on Amazon. And I will also be sure to put the link right to that book. I'll look that link up unless you have it, but if not, I'll look it up and I will put it right in the description below the video, so that people can just go right to that link and go right to Amazon and get it. Now, what formats is it in? Is it hardback, paperback, Kindle, audio, Kindle?
It's in paperback and also Kindle.
Kindle. All right. Yes. So for those of you that want to just listen, you can get it on Kindle. For those of you that are like me, that actually like to hold something tangible and listen to those pages turn, then you can get it paperback. And that's amazing. So while you are here, I'm also going to incorporate any links that you've shared with me into the description of this video as well. But while you're here, and for those that are only listening to this on a streaming platform, how can people find you, find your website or your program, anything like that, if you want to share any of those links audibly to let our listeners know how to find you, or how to seek your help or any of your programs or anything like that?
My website is www.myspiritualrebirth.com, and that's all one word. And if they go to Instagram, I have the link tree, and that has many different links to articles I've written in the book, the website, and other links. I also have a free empath guide that they can access.
But they can find everything. Is your website like a one-stop shop? They'll be able to find your book there and everything.
Yes.
So yes, her website again is www.myspiritualrebirth.com. Make sure you check that out. Dial up that website, put that in your search engine, and see what she has. It's amazing to learn and expand, even if you don't feel like that you have a need or anything. I think that life is about growing, and when you learn, I'm just inspired to look it up myself, look up your website, because I just like to learn about things. And just you bringing up, like I said earlier, about you cultivating and nurturing people that have gifts or may not know they have gifts and able to help them. So that is amazing. And that's what your book is centered around. And that, I think that's very amazing. And I suggest, I just think that everyone should look into that. It's amazing. Just keep learning, never stop learning. So thank you very much, Diana Cristy, for coming here again today. Before we conclude this segment, are there any last things you would like to share, words, or anything that's on your mind, heart, spirit, that you would like to say before we go?
Yes, I would like to share the four ways the soul communicates. The first way is kinship. This is pain and obstacles. This is the way that the soul is saying you're going the wrong way. Stop. The next one is going to be satori, which is sudden enlightenment. This is when maybe you're driving or in the shower, all of a sudden this great idea comes. That's your soul saying this is new direction. The other one is going to be emotion. So, for instance, if I tell you that you're a handsome man, it's going to make you feel great. If someone were to come in and tell you that you are a beautiful woman, it's going to feel weird, awkward. If
Right,
someone were to tell you that you're ugly, it's going to feel bad. Why? Because that's farther away from your truth. I want
right,
everyone to know that the worst you feel, you need to give gratitude for it and say, Soul, thank you so much for making me feel like crap right now, because you're validating this is not my truth. So when we have negative emotions, for any of you that are depressed, anxiety, when you have these emotions, use it as your guidance system. This is your soul talking to you. Don't spiral down. Turn the other cheek. Change your focus and focus on what is your truth and spiral up. And the next way the soul communicates with you is through passion. What is it you enjoy? What is it that inspires you, that connects you with source? All these elements lead you to your soul purpose. Each and every one of you are so important. You are here to help others. It's a matter of in which way. And so I encourage you to understand the way the soul communicates, especially the emotional part, because I know that it can be confusing. But I want you to know that that is your soul screaming and trying to kick you in the rear end a little bit and guide you. But it's all out of love, divine love. And so when you're on this path, just accept it, embrace it, relax, and allow, and follow that soul purpose that you are meant to do. Because when you do, you're going to have clarity, you're going to have direction, you're
right,
going to be aligned with source. And then when
right.
that happens, you're going to find so many doors opening up for you. It's so much beauty in not only the universe, but in people. And part of this is what brought me this opportunity with you. Because you contacted me because
Right,
we were,
right,
and that's the beauty in it, because you're fulfilling your soul purpose. I'm
right.
fulfilling mine. And then now we have two people who are aligned. Now we're able to collaborate and create something together.
Beautifully orchestrated. Thank you very much for sharing that. And that's amazing. And one thing that stood out to me, everything stood out to me, but how you say about accepting things as your truth. Now, I'm a firm believer that when things are said to you or information that you see, you don't have to accept it as your truth. You feel what resonates with you. Just like you said, if somebody says, oh, you're ugly and you're this, unless you accept that as your truth. And that's why it's important, I believe. And that's a whole nother conversation, to love yourself no matter what. Never think that you're not good enough or you're ugly or this and that. And as long as you know that, don't let anyone else's opinions, unless it's supportive of what resonates with you and what you feel, don't let that through. You don't have to attach yourself to that, or accept, like Diana said, accept that as your truth, because everybody has different perspectives and different truths. So you don't have to accept someone else's truth if it doesn't resonate with you. So I think that's awesome. The way you that stood out to me. I just wanted to let you know that. So amazing. Thank you, everyone.
Here, the divinity is within here. It's not external. The divinity is within here. And that's the other point that I would love for the audience to know and to feel and to embrace is their divinity, so that they can connect with it and maintain that connection, so that they can help and inspire others.
Right, right. Thank you again for sharing your awesome insight and um, your gifts, your goals, your programs, and just everything. Thank you very much. And I want to thank everyone for spending some of your time here with us. And uh, make sure, if you're listening and or watching this video, you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button on whatever platform you're on. And if you think that you would be a good fit to be on the Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved podcast, you can email me at 333empower@gmail.com and shoot me a message. Thank you very much. I appreciate you once again. I send you love, peace, happiness, and wealth and health, and may it all just circulate in every aspect of your experience. Thank you very much. I will see you soon. Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved.